Green Team Media.
Bigger, stronger, faster, better, just the exhale of talent, competitive coaches, competition, great stories, great singing, great music, great no's. I mean, great people who don't make it, because the show this year just got so much great talent. After season 1 aired, I think people really saw it as the place.
But when I know it's good, when we're in the truck and someone is singing and we know they're great and the buttons are not getting pushed,
right,
and we are screaming at the monitors, push the button.
Come on, Blake, what are you waiting for? Like, you get so into it.
Game. It's like watching a sports game. You lose your mind.
Absolutely is.
And I'm saying to myself, wow, if we're doing that and we're working on it, imagine when it goes on television, people will be literally throwing stuff at the screen.
That's a great point, because I've seen a lot while we were shooting. You see pockets of crew people, and they're all kind of huddled around a monitor, and they're watching what we're taping, and really so into it. And as TV people, we shoot stuff all the time, and it's sort of matter of fact around here.
Maybe I'm a bit weird, but I don't think of it that way. Season 1 was much more pressure to figure out how to interpret this format in America and get the right coaches and the right host. I mean, Carson adds such credibility from the MTV days, and people know he really knows what he's talking about, and he's on air every day on the radio. And so we have cred. And then we captured the imagination of young America with these blind auditions. So I think we know what we've got, and only an idiot would try and change that. And it's a matter of just letting season 2 happen and evolve naturally. And what happened was, we got probably a higher level of talent because more people knew about the show, and the coaches are way more competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, that's right. And the coaches are way more competitive. And literally, you see coaches who are superstar music performers giving a sales pitch to a 17-year-old girl of why she should be on their team. You've never seen that on television till The Voice, and you're seeing more of it. And literally, you can make an entire act of TV about some of these multi-button pushes and these coaches pitching themselves.
Yeah.
You've never seen it, and that's what TV needs, freshness. And for young America, as a father of teenagers, I've never heard them and all their buddies and friends talk about any music show like The Voice. And not just because it's our family, just genuinely. They don't care about what I do for a living, my kids, but they just think it's cool. So it's touched the nerve of young America.
I mean, I'm sitting next to one of the few men on the planet Earth who have gone through this experience before. I mean, the networks only get the Super Bowl every 4 years or whatever the math is, and really phenomenons in television only happen every 5 years, if that. There's a really, really big breakout show, and Mark's had this opportunity with Survivor, and he knows the impact that it made there. And I mean, it's just a remarkable thing. It's a Halley's Comet event in television. Yeah. Everything's got to come together. Even after we knew that America was really, really understanding what we were trying to do on The Voice and how we were different from the other shows and responding well to it all in season 1. Meanwhile, we're trying to explain everything. It's a new thing. We knew the Super Bowl was on NBC the next year, and I think it was an unspoken truth amongst all of us, but we wouldn't be so bold, and we're very fortunate that the network has bestowed this incredible honor for us to take the show and really put it in front of 30, 40, 50 million Americans who may not even know about the show yet. It's a tremendous, tremendous blessing, and we're proud of the show. I'm proud to put the show up on after this. I mean, I want the most amount of eyeballs to see the show because it is that good. Fireworks, I mean, it's amazing how sometimes when I think the wheels are falling off with them. They're so angry at one another. Somehow they just they turn it around and they kiss and make up at the perfect time, but then there's some resentment kind of it's really remarkable, their chemistry. I don't know how to describe it.
One of the greatest
It's
moments.
such a dysfunctional family, but there's an emphasis on 2 words: dysfunctional and family. They love each other, but they love to drive each other nuts.
One of the great moments was how the coaches, someone left the stage, and they're the person left, and now they're talking to each other, and it's all being taped. They say, we're getting along so well this year, guys. We're getting along so. Everyone's congratulating themselves, and then okay, next singer comes out, someone's so good they all push their buttons, and a minute later they're going at each other for this.
Right.
As if they've forgotten. They just said we get along.
Yeah,
so
but you know
well.
why? It's because what they're doing, they're selling themselves
Yes.
for this young person. And so what they end up saying
Great
is,
TV.
I want you. And the other one says, I want you too. And then what can you do for me sort of thing. And then Adam says, have you turn on your radio. What's the number 1 and number 2 song in the world right now? Moves Like Jagger and Stereo Hearts. Guess what? Those are my songs. Christina says, I'm number 1 in 28 countries. You know what I mean? And that's what they do. And they get under each other's skin.
It's great fun.
It's great fun.